And welcome along to Aston Villa from the stands. I hope you're well. And we have some transfer news coming up today. Big news, in fact. Fabrizio Romano has spoken on the Marcus Rashford situation. Now, Marcus Rashford, of course, has come on loan from Manchester United this January to Aston Villa and has flourished in his role since appearing for Aston Villa on that left wing. Not only has he flourished, but he's got back into the England recognition, and Thomas Tuchel has given him 2 successive starts to try and cement his place back in that England side. So the Marcus Rashford situation is very clear. Manchester United and him will not be a pairing for the foreseeable future. So where does Marcus Rashford go? Well, I'm sure all Villa fans are sat here today saying, come to us, sign for us permanently, and how much will this cost? And will Aston Villa take the plunge on such a player as Marcus Rashford? We're going to get into this story today and see what Fabrizio Romano has said, but big up to everyone. Make sure you smash the like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're new. And of course, get in the comment section as well and let me know your thoughts on the Marcus Rashford saga. Do you see him staying at Aston Villa next season, or will there be other clubs coming in to swoop for the English international? As I said, his form is going to catch the eyes of many, and maybe there's other clubs out there who also want to take a punt on Rashford. Has Rashford found a home at Aston Villa? Well, let's go to the first comments then of what Fabrizio Romano has said. So Fabrizio Romano has said, my understanding is that Aston Villa are very happy with Marcus Rashford. And when I say Aston Villa, it's Monchi, the director, all the people on the club, and of course the manager, Unai Emery. Well, obviously, that's a positive sign. Marcus Rashford is ticking all boxes, as you would expect, with the people who matter, the manager, Monchi, but also, let's be honest, the fan base as well. So first of all, Rashford is hitting all the boxes, what you would expect for a player who's come on loan with so much potential and so much prospect. So the next one is this, of what Fabrizio has said. He has said then, he said, at the moment, what I can tell you on Marcus Rashford is that Aston Villa is very, very happy with the player. Technical point of view, very happy with his attitude in these months he spent at Aston Villa, so they're very happy with the situation. Now, a little bit of waffle there from Fabrizio because he's just repeated the last point again. But the thing I'm going to pull up again is this part here, the attitude element. Very happy with his attitude in these months he spent at Aston Villa. Now, I believe that is something key to the Aston Villa sort of recruitment process as well. I think Villa look for more than just the footballer. I think they look for that profile of player who's hungry, who's willing to work, and has the right attitude on the training field. I think that comes first for Unai Emery, and then the technical aspect comes next. And I think, obviously, Rashford learning the way in which Unai wants to play. His numbers have been great. He's got that chemistry of Asensio. But I actually think, when you look at that attitude situation, and that is something that the media have really portrayed Marcus Rashford as having a poor thing in. The media have hounded Marcus Rashford for having a poor attitude, not committed to the cause, not a good all-round role model when it comes to, professionalism. Despite everything he did in the pandemic, that the media seems to have forgotten that. And he has been sort of the media bully boy in that sense of what I'd call it. And yeah, for me, really pleasing to see that Rashford has come in absolutely hungry for it and has been rewarded for that England call-up 100%. So, yeah, good to see that has been confirmed. So, the next bit. Aston Villa, they're not planning to activate anything for Marcus Rashford. End of the season, when they understand about European football, how was the whole season, they'll assess also the financial situation. FFP is a crucial topic for them. Now, Villa fans, that's the worry now. That's the worry. We're going to reread that point again to really digest it. But essentially, we're going to be governed by financial fair play again. We're going to have our hands tied. And ultimately, we may or may not get our top priority targets because of this. And as Fabrizio has said, and let's get it back up again, they are not planning to activate anything from Marcus Rashford yet. End of the season when they understand about European football and how was the whole season. So, my understanding of that is Villa must get European football. Villa must be in line with financial fair play. And then the price has to matter. And that is where Manchester United worry me because they could hardball, they could get the price they want, but we may not be able to match it. Second of all, Rashford then becomes a sort of prisoner. He's not able to make the choices he wants because Manchester United are sort of blocking Aston Villa from making those moves. And then finally, it allows space for another club to come in because, as I said, the likelihood of Marcus Rashford staying at Manchester United next season, very, very slim. So I get worried when I hear things about financial fair play. I get worried when I hear things such as we can't activate the clause and we won't be activating anything and we've got to wait. That is where my frustration lies with football. It's where my frustration lies with this financial situation and why Aston Villa will always be handcuffed, always be restrained in terms of trying to break into that top four. But we will not let it beat us. So, next one. Now Aston Villa have to decide and see whether they're able to pay the 40 million for Marcus Rashford or not. But this is something that will be discussed in the next months. So, to take that on board, we've got to decide out of our transfer budget, out of our kitty, out of where we can and can't be flexible, is Rashford worth the 40 million outlay? That's the big one. So, this is the situation I would say. The Jacob Ramsey conundrum. Do we believe Jacob Ramsey is good enough to go on and be an England international, be a regular starter, be someone who can deliver numbers week in, week out in the Premier League for Aston Villa, compete on all fronts, and stay injury-free? Because Rashford right now, as a lone player, is hindering the progress of Jacob Ramsey, both for club and, of course, for now country. As Thomas Tuchel has said, Jacob Ramsey was on the spotlight. And I just wonder, what do we do about that? Do we take a punt on Ramsey becoming the Morgan Rogers of this world and still kick on? Or do we actually look to cash in on Ramsey? Young English prospect, a star boy. Could we sell Jacob Ramsey to try and get more profit and fall into that category? I think it's a really difficult situation here. 40 million for Marcus Rashford is going to be a really difficult price compared to what I've heard of Marco Asensio, where we're able to pay 15 million. 15. So you could buy basically 3 Asensios for the price of 1 Rashford. Tough. So we have to wait. So Fabrizio's basically confirmed, which I've been worrying about, is Villa have to wait until the financial window closes. We have to see where we can spend, how we spend. And I think he did hint as well at European football. Which competition will Aston Villa be playing in? And I just want to, finally end on this video and say this, is that no matter, it frustrates me that no matter how much a player enjoys playing for Aston Villa, no matter how much Unai Emery wants someone, no matter how much we as a fan base want someone, sometimes these decisions are purely based on financial. And that is where I get annoyed about the cartel, Sky 6, who seem to be able to navigate transfer windows with none of these problems. And yet here's Aston Villa, a team who's worthy of playing in the top 4, come out with these barriers. Not happy. People, get in the comments, share your thoughts, feelings, emotions around this situation. Smash a like on the way out and enjoy the rest of your day. I'm out of here. Ta-da.